two-shot launch steel tip action on the 4th generation Bandit board, adding the one-piece flight deck system to all steel tip barrels as well. I'll be throwing 23-gram weight everything, starting with the Celt Tornos, followed by Roman Empire Juno, and finally the Celt Bauer dart. God, I love the steel tip version even more. It's longer and more torpedo-y than the soft tip. We've got a straight barrel now with evenly distributed weight. I'm going to use that King Crown milling as my grip reference. Shot calls that gnarly rear section vessel grip, I believe. It's unmatched by anything I've felt before, honestly. 83 scored. Next up, we've got the Celt Bauer bomber dart. This is the hardest changeup for me because it's front weighted, so that means I have to hold in the max diameter. Yeah, good pick. Oh my gosh, guys. New darts, new Bandit dartboard, and new flight deck colors. Go ham.
Welcome back, everybody, to DPFL Season 11, and it is time for the playoffs. This is the best time of the season because this is what it's all been about. My name is Nick Schra, joined by Steve McDowell on the call for a great look at our Division II top 32 matchup. Steve, how you doing?
Doing good, Nick. Good here to be again. Looks like we'll have a nice live Division II match tonight. Hopefully we see some better darts than I did in my playoff match, which should be quite easy. Throw anything.
66.
It should be much easier.
You know what, though? At least you made the playoffs, even though Will Stewart didn't, and that's something.
Well, that's to be expected, Nick. I mean, I've seen Will throw, and basically I don't know why he even plays darts. I mean, I don't know how he got in Division I. Maybe he paid off Scott Honish or Alan Palmer, but I don't think he did it deserving of his average because you don't make the playoffs. It's, maybe you just take a step back and, like I said, maybe you can take up tennis or something.
And so what you just accidentally complimented me in that by saying that I'm deserving in Division I since I made it to playoffs. So I'll take it.
If you make playoffs in Division I, you earned it. I mean, that's a fact. Actually, if you make playoffs in any of these levels, you actually earned it because it's not easy.
It certainly is.
It's just not easy.
Certainly isn't. And looking at the run, Ian actually had a first round bye, so this is his first match of playoffs out of the top 64. Craig Bauer had a 9-4 win over Joshua Wilson, and they are currently sitting there in the top 32. Next round, they will play Jeremiah Foreman. Whoever comes out on top, Jeremiah Foreman. That was a 9-8 win over Charles Schaefer in that matchup. So really cool to see that these are hotly contested battles. And you're absolutely right, Steve. It doesn't matter what division you're in. The matter is if you're able to go in a competitive round robin and make it to the knockout stage, that's nothing easy to do.
No, and this is also where the nerves get you. When you're playing league, you might get nervous at the end when you have to win a match or something to get it done. But when you come to the playoffs and you got to hit it, that's a whole nother ball game, man. It's not even close. So it makes it very difficult.
Looking at this, Craig out in front, looks like he will go ahead and return with another opportunity at the board. Sitting right there, looks like that was a 45. Yeah, so sitting at 105. Gonna need some pressure here from Ian, who is doing a good job of that. If that's 120 scored, he should hit a single 14. Might be into the 5 though.
82.
82. Looks like it could have been a lot more.
It's tough. These two boards are gonna be difficult for us tonight to see who's where. That's for sure.
We're gonna need some wiggles. Can we get some wiggles on the dartboard, please?
We're definitely gonna need a wiggle.
We got Lisa saying evening here, DPFL.
I'm having trouble seeing this.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit on the bright side on the dartboard. There's no shadows in that dartboard for sure. You don't have a question about that.
I was telling you earlier how I played my playoff match last night and go to the board and the light ring burnt out. I'm like, oh, I'm screwed.
And I'm in trouble. It's okay. I have
And
a light bar on mine, and my dad still can't see the dartboard.
That's when the disaster started. Well, I need double 20 here. Good thing he doesn't have me throwing it. Be no chance.
All over the top side, but
here comes
doesn't
the low
go.
one. See, this is where the nerves get you, Nick. Right here. This is where it gets you. It's the first game. You want to take it. You want to win. And it just, there's same thing. Low.
20.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. You want this first leg so bad in comparison to any other leg. You want the first leg and the last leg the most. That's usually the ones you're thinking about. Once you get your first one on the board, you know that you can go ahead and pull off 9 more or 8 more if you need to. And the last one, of course, the hardest to get across that finish line. But does get it there. Craig Bauer breaks throw to start it off.
You know what I've decided is that, I'm no longer going to practice shooting at triples. I'm done with that. There's no reason for that.
Yes,
because I'm just going to throw at doubles.
And the rest comes out.
What's the difference? Yeah, who cares? I mean, at least if I can hit the double, I'm going to win 50% of my games. If it's my turn, I get to hit the double. But if I can't hit the double, which is obvious since I'm out, that I couldn't hit the double last night or the week before that, I could kill a triple. The double, nope. So I ain't throwing triples no more. I will throw it to doubles when I practice, and that's it. Which is probably what you're supposed to do anyway. I just don't do it.
I was going to say, I think a lot of people do practice their doubles. If not, they should. It's so easy to want to just practice hitting 180s or 171s or whatever have you. But man, you got to really spend some time hammering in on the doubles. And I think the best way to do that is by practicing different checkouts consistently. As that's a beautiful 140 there for me. And but honestly, I even practice singles. So one of my favorite practice routines to do is I'll take my first dart, I'll throw at the bull. It doesn't matter what it hits. If it hits the bull, great. But usually the first dart's going to be outside. And then I spend my second and third darts just aiming at that dart, taking advantage of trying to get used to playing off marker darts, playing use on tighter groupings. I think that's a great practice routine. Just don't practice only triples. That's actually a great piece of advice there.
60.
I don't know. Even that's too much work for me. It seems like I'm just going to throw it to double 16 and double 8, double 4, double 2, double 1, because that's where I wind up at double 1. So, the whole deal is just why practice the out when you can't hit the double? So you might as well just throw doubles. I mean, I'm only going to throw doubles, and that's it. I mean, no matter what, I find myself when I get down to the double going. But I think part of it is that I'm mentally checked out by the time I get there. So it's basically I'm half screwed to begin with. Because as soon as I get down, I'm like, oh, here we go again. I even thrown the dart. And I'm like, here we go again. And I mean, I might have to visit Alex Spellman's School of Help here for a little while because this has got me going. I'm at the point like I don't know if I should play.
Well, I will tell you, I was, as you were saying that, I was literally thinking, man, I would actually love to live stream Alex Spellman coaching you for a session. I think that might be one of the most entertaining coaching sessions of all time and advertises the wonderful Anubis Academy offerings or School of the Gifted. What'd you call it for Alex there? Darting for the blind.
Darting for the specially impaired.
Mark Robinson in the chat says toilet greater than Steve with the toilet emoji.
Thanks.
57.
Yeah,
got some great friends in here
tonight. Soft tip partner on Wednesday nights, and he's usually I'm the toilet, he's the paper. So I mean that's how it works.
That's terrible. I hate everything about that.
Big head.
That's where he goes.
Craig trying to take this 120 out for a 2-leg difference. Needs to find the treble 20 to get a dart. Won't be able to do so. 80 left. Does he shoot tops for the fun? No, he stays for the big single. 60 to leave 60.
Well, you can't blame him there. I mean, you're getting down to this, what you want to do. Here's my special. I had this one too, Nick. I had a 134 and I went trip 19. Oh, double 15 for the win. No, that's a little too much, Steve. That's another bust.
Oh, were you at least aiming at the right double, or were you just?
Well, that's just right below. Just little limp wrist action on that one right there. It's kind of do a little lighter. Went right down in the 15. That's a loss.
Oh,
so you need the double. Did you get it?
Bad deflection.
No,
hit the double one.
Yeah, left 38. That's a little bit unfortunate, but 103. It's going to be, you still need to find a treble at some point this turn. 98 left, so treble 19. Or sorry, treble 20, excuse me, to leave 38. Doesn't go 78 left, so just going to tee it up.
Where's he at?
43.
I don't know if I go double 19. But what's the difference? I couldn't hit a double 16 or a double 20. Why not shoot double 19?
Man, you are down in the dumps right now. We need to give you a pep talk over here.
I am. That's what I'm thinking about, not playing darts anymore, playing something else. That's the way I should be.
The pitch of the program, DPFL, get beat so bad by yourself, you never want to play darts again.
See, when you get down to this area like here, it's just, it is so frustrating. It is so nerve-wracking, especially when you get to the playoffs. It is just, and I just never thought darts at this, is that hard. All these people playing soft tip. Somebody was telling me a story today about I think it was Ram playing
third dart.
Oh, who was it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's a win for Craig again. I mean, playing the EDC, they were talking about how the guys were playing 9 mark, 7 mark, 9 mark, 9 mark, 9 mark. Eventually, when does that become challenging? Stop playing soft tip, get your butt over to a steel tip board, and then come on down to our level. Come on down, have some fun. Anybody play soft tip, it's like throwing the damn dart in the ocean. Come play some steel tip. Steel tip is actually, when we first deemed this DPFL, steel is real. Steel is real. Okay, steel is real. This is darts. That soft tip crap is not darts. It might be fun. There might be some money in that, but that's not darts. This is darts. This is difficult.
It certainly is. When we talk about the comparisons of soft and steel, it's always about soft tips about what you miss and steel tips about what you hit. And the expectation of hitting 5+ rounds at the high end of soft tip darts is just a given. And when you miss and hit less than a 5, or even sometimes the 5 mark when you're supposed to hit a 9, it's all of a sudden game over. Well, on steel tip, it's okay, I just randomly hit a big 180 to leave myself a checkout range, or I randomly just hit a big 10+ checkout. It's not expecting those big shots. I will say I'm a big believer of darts is darts, support darts in general, but also I gotta say DPFL darts is the best way to play steel tip in really the world, but especially in North America. It's our grand equalizer, is what you guys are building over here for making our guys better for when they go overseas.
Yeah, I mean, Alex will tell you that. I think Stowe will tell you that. Even Dave and Fathom, all those guys, they tell you that if you want to play darts and you want to get better, this is the only league to play and get better. And even though I'm proving that to be false as I'm getting worse, I have now gone from Division 1 down to Division 2 and might actually get myself down to Division 3. It's not true. If I would hit doubles, I'd be killing people. But then again, you still got to hit the doubles just like I got to hit the triples. So, but no, this is this does make you better. So, and I've played on those other, like I said, we talked about this before. You play them county leagues, those local leagues, nothing like this. This is extremely challenging. If you want to challenge yourself and, keep your dart game going.
Yeah, well, it's also one of my favorite things that I think is the most underrated part of DPFL is those friendships you make playing the tournaments and leagues, and then you actually get a chance to meet those people at the live event, right? I think that's so cool, especially people that have never actually got a chance to play together in person before, but partner up because they played with each other, won the nightly blind draws, right? I think that's so fascinating, and one of the coolest parts of the program. As this might be a good checkout, doesn't find the double on the last though.
72.
It was close.
Johnny Nolan saying,
right.
"Oh, hey, boss man, Johnny. I'm just surprised you spelled everything right in that sentence." Not over it.
I tried that 90 way last night too. I hit the trip 18 on the first one. Yeah, not even close. The double was not even close.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh, there you go.
what a check out there from Craig. 110 nails it with no doubt in his mind. That's a 3-0 jump.
Trip 18.
Yeah, he went for the setup dart right at it and then was able to execute. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, Ian's got himself in a little bit of hole here.
Stan Nelson.
Rio, that's tough.
Stan Nelson over at YouTube asking, low 60s average falls in what division? Division 2 is a 55 to a 65 average range with a 50 average as your floor for the bottom average you have to be able to play Division 2. Division 1 is a 65 to 75 with a 60 average floor. So a low 60 would qualify somewhere between Division 2, Division 1, depending on what specific that is.
Well, looks like the deer are in my yard again. The dogs are going nuts.
You know, I just thought you were in the doghouse again.
140.
No. No, just, where I live, I get a tremendous amount of deer. The dogs do not like them.
They let their opinions be known as they were not shy in the background there, but no, it's cool though, because like we're able to do this, by the way, from the comfort of our own homes, be able to watch two different players also play in the comfort of their own homes in a competitive playoff match with money on the line, prizes on the line, and pride on the line as well.
No, that's the DPFL way. I mean, 95. Play good darts from home. Saving money on travel, saving money on bar tabs. I guess some people like to go in bars, but I mean, this is playing from home and you're in comfort of your own home. Play as much as you want, with all the other leagues we got. And soon, soon we have the express leagues will be in. We've contacted Dart Connect. You heard it here. We're about to start having nightly leagues, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every night of the week. 6:30, 7:30, and 8:30, different 8-team leagues. We're going to have them all week long. This way you can play on a scheduled night league if you want. It'll help, and the seasons will still go on. But like for me, I really needed another league to play in, and I wish I was. This will do that for me. I'll be able to play in these other leagues as much as I 42. Want. And then that'll keep me playing. It'll keep me, hopefully help me with my doubles.
That and maybe some therapy there, Steve.
Yeah, no, therapy's good. I'm thinking one of my 95. One of my issues I believe I have is that I don't drink at home. So if I don't drink at home, I can't calm myself, and I do not drink at home. So I don't have a beer at home. I don't have liquor at home. I don't do anything at home. So it's just me and my nerves. And honestly, the nerves are winning. They're winning pretty big. I gotta hold on, Nick.
Yep. To our chat here, I'm going to go ahead and post the link. This is the website where you can actually find out more information there. So Stan, you can find out more here. The biggest thing is you need to have a Dart Connect established average. So on there, you'll get a competition card from playing in different tournaments and leagues. If you don't have that and you do have some other former league sets, they can also try to work with you on settling yourself in for your first ever league. There is some promotion relegation set aside for top end finishers as well. Yeah, and Brian actually asking another great comment in here. Do you guys use Dart Connect? Very interested in this league and have the Dart Connect app. Yeah, this is all through Dart Connect. So a bit of your league matches are set up through Dart Connect and Discord. So you get your schedule on Discord, and then you go ahead and match up with your opponents, and then you'll log in. There's a whole process with how-to videos as well. So DPFLdarts.com. That comment is that link is in the comments. So Stan Nelson and Brian, we would love to get you guys involved. Just click that link. You'll be able to find out much, much more. If you have any questions, Steve and I are here to help as well. Steve is the owner of DPFL Darts, and I am Steve's lackey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it should be.
I feel you, brother.
It's easy enough to play DPFLs, but I mean, if anyone needs any help, obviously they just contact any of us at DPFL.
Yeah, there's a whole admin team that do like actual work. Like me, I just have to show up and be funny for an hour with Steve. That actually help actively answer questions and help people get signed up. Brian, you do not have to be American. In fact, my first opponent lives in Brazil for my playoffs match. I know there's players in the UK, Germany, Brazil, all over the world. It is global. We have a lot of Canadians as well. As by the way, Craig now up 4-0. This is starting to become nightmarish here for Ian, who is averaging higher 60. But has not been able to collect on his doubles.
Yeah, that's again, this is where it gets even harder on you once you go down like this. And as you can see, Ian's averaging higher, but Craig's hitting the edge. Just it sometimes it is extremely frustrating, but that's the best part about steel tip darts is you're never out of any game. As my opponent found out all night long, that as soon as Steve got to a double, that's when he had his best chance to catch me. So he was good to go.
I know I'm putting a great point here in the comments as well. Don't forget the Challenger Series starting April 28th for new players and those who didn't make the playoffs. So find out more as well. Everyone just personally call Johnny Nolan. I have his phone number. We're going to put it in the comments. No, I'm just kidding. But no, we have that Challenger Series. So I actually just saw that notification for this. That's a great call out there, Johnny. I wouldn't know what that's like as I try to pull it up there while we're trying to look at their dartboards. I wouldn't know what it's like because I made the playoffs, but Will Stewart, I'm sure, knows something about it.
Yeah, Will's probably sitting home collecting his thoughts. So he's good.
He's collecting a lot of thoughts right now. A lot of them are very, very mean.
Well, he shouldn't worry. There's always a Challenger Series, and we have other cups for him to play in.
Well, he also has a pretty big thing happening next month that hasn't been announced yet still. So we're just going to say he's having a tonsillectomy next month, and he'll be busy for the next couple of months pretty heavily.
Why not?
So it's probably for the best with the timing.
Well, season 12 will signups will be coming here right around the corner. So season 12 is going to get going on, I believe, June 2nd. So a June 2nd start date for season 12. So signups will be coming up soon. The Dart register for the live event will be coming up here shortly. That'll be live. And like I said, the Dart mini series that we got going on, the Express Leagues, they should be starting same time as season 12. But as soon as they're open up, we'll let everybody know. It'll be 01 at 6:30 and 8:30, and a cricket league at 7:30 every night of the week, all leveled out just like we would normally play. So it's all same levels, same level as we're playing the leagues in. As soon as 8 people sign up in person in each Express League, it just takes off and you play an 8-person round robin. So basically 7 weeks. So this way you can play many leagues as you want. You still earn money. And then you start gathering legs for a 2026 basically point system.
Yeah, so and just I know it's information overload for people online. We have a new season coming up. This is the playoffs of this current season that you're seeing. They play a whole round robin to play that knockout stage. There's nightly events as well that we run. There's going to be nightly leagues that are added in. There are express leagues, very quick, nice and easy. Just get to keep playing darts. There's also a live event that happens where you don't even need to play league to qualify for, but if you play through leagues, you'll get qualified for stuff like the bonus pools with earn extra money for DPFL Live Event 4. And on top of that, there's specialty events as well, like the 130 cap on May 10th, which is a bring your own partner with $500 added. Constant events, constant mayhem. If you like playing darts, steel tip or otherwise, and you like being able to be at the comfort of your own home, this is the program to do it.
Yeah, and we're also with those as express leagues. You can actually create a closed league with DPFL, where it's real simple, where you can find 80 of your buddies or 80 of your friends or 80 people of your local league, and you can all sign up under one league, and we actually run basically your league for you. You still pay the fee just like you're playing, but you can have a local league, and it's we set up play as fast as you want. So that's kind of cool.
That's actually really cool. It's probably a great way for people to also help start establishing their averages as well.
Holy cow!
Well, this way maybe we could put you and Will in a league. See if he really belongs in level 1. There you go. Listen. Ian's got his first one on the board right there. Ian's got his first win. That's good. Double 18.
I'm not allowed to play you no more. Yeah, good win there for Ian. Yep, big find there. Gets that first one. The first one of what he is thinking could be many. Johnny Nolan mistyping something in the chat once again. That makes sense. Thank you, Johnny.
50.
Johnny said you have a voice of an angel, by the way, Steve. I assume it was towards you.
Still not paying him any money. I don't know why he keeps talking like that. It ain't happening.
I think that's how you get paid money, is you keep complimenting your boss over and over again. That's what I would do.
He just gets a free room at the live event. That's all he gets, Nick. That's all he's getting.
And he works that hard? Johnny, I'll pay for your room to just be a hater in the comments the whole time.
All right, I'll give Johnny a compliment. Johnny does work hard. Johnny does a lot of things, a lot of the emails, a lot of the
140.
a lot of the Facebook posts, a lot of the discourse. He does a tremendous. All the admins do. I mean, but Johnny, Alan, Greg, Scott Honish, they do a lot, man. They honestly do a lot.
140 falls a 180 from Craig. He is not happy that Ian took that last leg, I think. Holy.
Well, that's good.
41.
Good follow up, that's for sure.
Johnny in the comments saying, I do this for fun. No, that's the way it should be. And a big shout out to a lot of our admins who are mostly volunteer basis here at DPFL. It wouldn't exist without them. And, that's why they get the big house when it comes time for that live event.
80.
Well, these guys are getting down there. At least Craig's getting down there quickly.
Yeah, 140, 180, some serious power scoring. And now he's picking his average up over Ian, despite the fact that Ian has been pretty much outscoring majority of this match.
Yeah, that was me last night. I did well scoring, but 5 rounds at the double, and it just brings you back down to the 40 range. It was so bad. It's just so bad.
36.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, it was mighty crumbling.
Randy Capel in the chat saying, someone tell me how to remove these closed captions so I can actually see the scores. There should be a button that says CC somewhere at the bottom of your screen. Hopefully that helps out. So it looks like now that's a 5-1 lead in this race to 9 here.
Good line.
Thank you.
If you're sitting in Ian's corner there,
Yes,
Steve,
yes.
what pep talk are you giving Ian right now?
Is anything in the refrigerator? Do you have alcohol? I mean, is there? I mean, I was there last night, and besides trying to stab myself with my own dart, I was just like, okay, because I told you, I had the big out, and then I was down. I think I was down like 4-1, and that 146 come up, and I go trip 19, trip 16. And I'm like, what? Where? That's not even. That's so far from double 16. It's not even funny. And then it bust, and I needed that game to get to number 2, and all it was a number 2. It was just crap. It was terrible. And I'm like, so now I'm back. I'm still at 146, and I'm basically done. I was like, ugh. So I mean, it was just. I think sometimes that's how darts
59.
go. But in here, I mean, it is so hard to dig. I mean, because again, you can light up the scoreboard, you can get down to that double, but if and I used to love double 10. I used to be that's it. If I had double 10, I was good. And I think what it really does, it becomes confidence. And I think everyone has a go-to double. And if they don't, they should, right? Because a go-to double for everybody is really a good idea. Just going double 20 because the guys on PDC Tour go to double 20. That ain't it, because you can't hit the double 20. What the hell are you going there for? So you might as well find something you like and go there. Now, don't make it, 14 is your favorite double, double 7. I mean, but, something that has a couple afterwards. But I think that's, in his case here, he's just going to have to get in his comfort zone. He's got to find something.
Wow, what was that?
And he needs so he doesn't need that. See that was Steve. That's what Steve would do.
That was Steve.
You throw a dart and you go, wow, where is that going? That's nothing I threw. So okay, who threw that?
Yeah, I do like your mentality though, like establishing like preferred doubles. Like, do you actually like how the 20 breaks to the 10 that breaks to the 5? Do you like the 16s that break to the 8 that break to the 4? Do you like 18s that break to the 9? Right? Like, figure out which route you typically like all the doubles in the most. I think is actually a really great way to approach that. Now, I will say in the long run, try to break away from having favorite numbers altogether is the best thing you can do. But of course, we're human beings. We're gonna have preferences. I know for a fact I use the trip 17 as a cover shot more than I probably use the 19 or 18 as cover shots when I'm shooting the 20, and that's just not very smart. There's no mathematical reason for me to be doing it like that, but that's because I have my own bias towards the 17. But I think you're absolutely right, though, Steve. Is just figure out what makes you the most comfortable on the board and figure out how to channel that space. You're talking about how you're playing at home sober right now compared to when you're out playing. I think that actually probably overall means that you're going to become a better player on the other side of it because you're already figuring out how to throw when in no inebriations. Then when you have those inebriations that help you throw, might make you even better.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, soft tip. Obviously, you can't play soft tip from home, right? All these EDC, TOC, league stuff. You just can't play soft tip from home. I guess you can play whatever the grand board crap that they play, but in this instance, here you're right. It is. Oh, he missed the inside back. You barely see his board.
It is a little bit better on Discord for the record. It just looks a little funky the way we see it.
This would definitely make you a better player when you go to live tournaments for sure. That's the best part about this. Live tournaments will help you.
I will say, funnily enough, because I play so much more, even my soft tip leagues remote that I was playing, I just finished, and I played DPFL. I actually feel like overall I'm a better player when I go out and play in person, but I do feel like I get more nervous because I'm not as used to playing in person as I was before, which has been a new struggle of mine lately. It's that clicked off the wire. I'm surprised that didn't go in.
Yeah, it did. Electronic board debit accounted.
First start. There you go.
Oh, well, Ian's got 2 out of the last 3. He's coming back on.
Good luck.
I mean, he's not shooting bad. I mean, it looks. You would think he would be, but he's only a point behind an average. So I mean, it's not like he's doing bad. And these are respectable for level 2. I mean, 62 and 63 is right at the high end of the bracket anyway. So it's not like they're shooting bad. Craig's hit a couple more doubles. He's gone first. So I mean, he's getting some bounce outs now.
Yeah, for the record there, Ian's season average in the round robin play was a 60.19, where he won all of his matches except for one. That was only one match loss there. And in that match loss, I believe, who is that? Oh, I saw Murphy. That was Paula Murphy. It's Ron Murphy, so not the same. But yeah, did have only one match loss, averaging a 60 the whole season. So playing above the average right now. And then Craig, right next to him in the season average, 59.87. So only a 0.32 separation of average. Had won all except for 3 of his matches, losing out to King, Watson, and Shaffery in those 3 losses there, which is why Ian got that first round bye and Craig had to play round in.
Yeah, I actually, that's why I played Ron Murphy last night. He played well. I mean, I did absolutely nothing to challenge him. I mean, good for him, I guess. Because he was super nice, good shot, good luck. And I was just quiet because I was demoralized, depressed, and going, I can't do it. I can't bring myself to say good shot and good game because I'm getting slaughtered and I'm sucking. So it's I was just getting worse. The sportsmanship was gone. There was no sportsmanship from it. I didn't have any. My bucket was empty. So there was nothing coming out of me to say nice things when I'm about to stab myself with my own dart. I'm like, this is getting ridiculous. I'm shooting at numbers. It was only the doubles, right?
Really
the triples.
good 60.
I was fine, but the doubles were so far off. I'm like, okay, here we go. So these guys are shooting way better at the doubles than me.
I will say, when I joined Division 1, I had such low aspirations of doing anything. I told myself, don't finish last place in your group, and then make sure to try to average as close to 65 as you can get, because that's the bottom line, 65 to 75 in Division 1. And I, by the way, did end up finishing to get into playoffs, which I was like, oh, that's really cool. I did it with the 4th lowest average in all of Division 1. I averaged a 61.91. I am the 4th lowest average. I think I'm the next person that actually made it into playoffs is over 10 spots above me on that leaderboard. So when I won good, and when I lost real bad. I'll tell you that much.
And that's unusual because when you play in level 1 or something like that, your average goes up anyway because guys are taking games out quicker. So you don't have that. You don't have those 4 rounds at the doubles, right? They're taking up beforehand. So your average usually tends to stay up there. So you to do that under 61, your other games must have been really bad.
Yeah, I had a couple of. I played one match where I had the full blown like fever, but I already postponed it a week, and I didn't want to make the guy wait any longer. And I remember I played that match. I couldn't see the dartboard. I was sober. I was actually drinking during some of these league matches, which I don't normally do. But that one, I was sober. I couldn't see the board straight. I think I got one leg that whole match, and it was just a brutalizing match. And then there was another one where I just couldn't get it going until the very end. And they were like hanging in the mid 50s. And my other matches, I had a lot of matches at a 65 because I had no idea. I haven't played a league, Steve, since 2019. So to be able to kind of go back in here and to put a division that I knew was probably higher, like I think I would have fit like a glove in Division 2. But I wanted to challenge myself a little bit. And frankly, I just couldn't play a lower division than Will. I think I would have actually just like quit darts content creation. And so and you know what, but I set my goals, and while I didn't average 65 for the season, I did average higher than the 60 I felt like I was by 2 points, and it's progress, right? And that's what you should be doing. If you're going to get the most out of playing DPFL, like Ian is right now, getting 3 of the last 4 legs, is by setting these progress goals, setting these little check marks and benchmarks for yourself. It's not about winning. It's not about getting first. If you get first and you win, that's great. But there's also 100 other people in your division that think that they can do that too.
21.
It's about setting a goal for yourself so you get something out of it and treat it as an effective practice.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people forget that, like Division 2 and Division 3. I mean, there's 100 plus people in your 100 people in your division. So when you get that many in there, I mean, for you to get even top 32, first make the playoffs, that's fine. Then even if you win something in the playoffs and go just a little bit farther, that is very good. It is very good and very hard to do. This is this is no cakewalk. Even in Premier,
84.
a couple people are shooting that we know. I know Ryan Brogan's playing Premier, and he's won his first couple matches in the playoffs. And I mean, that's impressive. It's impressive in any level that you're playing to
99.
win playoff games once you get in. If you don't get in, like you said, okay, where did I go? Where do you land? Where are you going to be next season? Then you got to figure out, what did go wrong. Then you just got to practice. I believe these express leagues, for those like myself or anyone else who wants to play more darts on scheduled league nights, that's coming up. I think that's going to help everybody. I know for a fact it'll help me because I can fill my nights that I want to play. And sometimes you can play 6:30 on Monday night and play at 8:30 on Monday night. You can play 2 leagues in one night, get two practice sessions in, in some darts. And the price is already set for eight, it's basically 7 weeks. And if you make the top 2, you're in the playoffs. 3rd and 4th tie, get paid. 1st and 2nd will play for
60.
1st and 2nd money, and that's it.
Absolutely right. Now, I wanted to get to the point in my own life where I'm doing it like how I do some of those PPD leagues where I have like 2-3 boards at a time, play 2-3 leagues. That's the goal for me. I love playing as much darts as possible.
Well, I mean, again, I think guys who actually are playing more leagues actually make it farther. Guys who pick up their steel tip darts and actually throw every night, even if it's 30 minutes. I just don't do that. You got so much going on. Now, if I had a league, I'd play. But
Keeps
for
you
me to come
accountable.
back here and just listen to music, I just can't do it. It's just I don't have it in my makeup.
Well, Ian's been in control of this leg, and then Craig out of nowhere nails a 125 to challenge this 81. 57 for 24 should be the look. Doing the math on it, taking a moment. That would have left 30. Was going for the 51. So
Maybe
now
I got
it's
someone at my front door. You need to hold on.
Yeah, no worries. We'll be here.
59. 62.
Yeah, 62, not the ideal turn just because it wasn't really able to get set up there on that last start from Ian. A little bit of a blunder, but only if Craig can punish. Looks like that first starts into that 17. I was trying to leave 22, I think. 33 scored, missed the dart at double top. Navy Vet for Life, thank you for your service. It says, watching some darts and playing a league match in about 45 minutes. So thank you for tuning in. Griffin Cornell in the chat saying, don't call it a comeback. And cheered on Ian, but Ian unfortunately busts on what was actually a pretty big leg for him to win here, just to bring it back within one. See, at 19, not going to be happy about his reapproach, but double 5 has to go. Dragged well low.
35.
You can hear what Craig felt about that one. Not happy with it. Double 8 is a redemption shot for Ian. Over to the 4. And he threw that last dart. There was such a quick rhythm on that. The first and second dart looked good. I think that third dart would have just wanted a little bit of a slowdown there. Might have made a difference. Oh, but bust on the first dart there. This is back and forth at the tail end of this leg. Leg number 9. Which direction is it going to go?
First start.
Ian claims the leg, and now all of a sudden it's a completely different matchup. We're now only one leg separated between these two players. One leg separated, and all of a sudden Craig's a massive advantage. That 4-0 jump, that 5-1 lead is now 5-4.
Sorry, just a neighbor.
Wait, they bring you over some,
They're all
asking for some sugar?
No, they're all moving. It's my neighbor to my left, my neighbor to my right, second neighbor to my right. I live on a cul-de-sac, and it's like everybody's leaving. I go, we do something. I'm like, everyone's here. I've been here for 4 years, and everybody's gone. I'm like, okay, well, I have to make parties here or something.
Oh, I heard about the infamous Stephen McDowell Ragers that happened there.
That's just my Christmas party, man.
That's
have it every year at Florida Commercial Care.
Yeah, and by the way, shout out Florida Commercial Care and Shot Darts for sponsoring DPFL Darts. Thank you for your continued support.
That Florida Commercial Care guy, he doesn't have a chance or a choice.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But you know what? If you own a Publix or another commercial property in the state of Florida and you want it to look primo, Florida Commercial Care's got your back.
What was your last name?
They are pretty good landscapers.
Sorry, 46.
Not too bad. Oh, I heard they hire anybody. My dad works for you.
I got fat fingers over here.
Well, sometimes you have to hire the special and the needy.
There we go. Sorry about that.
And you said it. Interesting
Well, I
there,
did
by
play
the way.
darts with him Saturday.
That is true.
It was.
I
It
didn't
was
even get a
special.
chance to talk with him about it. I just saw your Facebook post and I said, "Oh, that didn't go well."
No, that was bad too. I'm on a hot streak.
You know what? At least you sound great on the mic. You're making that mic do overtime. It's incredible.
Well, I couldn't do that to the dartboard. Now I got to get a light ring.
If only you had a whole bunch of them that were recently in your possession.
81.
Which the funny part is I'm still getting packages showing up my door just one at a time from Shot Darts. It's just dartboards. And the wife refuses to pick them up because they're too heavy because it's
60.
not just one in a box. And I even saw her on the Ring camera. She goes outside and just pushes it back over. I'm like, well, it must be for me. She won't pick them up.
Oh, yeah, I have to imagine that feels like. I know some of these players get really excited when they get new dart equipment in the mail. You're just getting it by the truckload.
I know, and then I got to put it somewhere else. It's like, okay, can't stay here. Because wife's like, it's not staying here. It's got to go.
Yeah, that sounds like her.
Oh, there's Ian catching up on the average. As soon as you say that.
Yeah, Ian's doing really well. And you know what's so crazy is that Craig is really eager. Like, Ian hasn't really finished scoring his darts before Craig starts his throw. At one point, Ian hit the wrong button, and then Craig had to stop after one dart thrown before throwing the other two. It didn't affect his throw, but I just don't know. I think I have to wait till the score changes over fully before I start throwing because I don't want to get stopped in the middle of mine.
So we didn't stream last week, right? We weren't on.
Last week, no, I was in Vegas with Will.
Right. So last week when I played, and again, this comes to the the counting and stuff like that. I played a playoff match 2 weeks ago, which I won. But the gentleman I played, not only did he take one game out improperly, he took two games out improperly.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so he hit one dart out, and he goes, third dart. I go, yeah, but that's like 4 too much. And so he goes, oh man. I go, but it was good. I go, it was a good shot though. You nailed the double, right? So I'm like, okay, it's just one time. That's a mistake. So we get later into the match again, and I see him throw one way, and because I'm looking at the number, and I see the dart go over the other. I'm like, before I could even say hey, he hits it again. He's like, second dart. I'm like, well, I hate to tell you this
52.
again, but that's just a tad too much. And of course, both games, I take it out on the first dart, the next right away.
And that's
Just
salt in
to
the wound.
make it worse. Just to make it worse. And he's like, I've never done this before. I'm like, well, you're pretty good at it. That's 2 in a row. I don't know what to tell
You're
you.
pretty good. That's crazy.
So, again, there's an add-in feature on Dart Connect, and I don't know, maybe if you're a little, the suspect with your adding real quick, you can always put a calculator in a chair by the line. No one's going to see it. It'll help you add up your numbers real quick, see what you got. I mean, until you get the numbers down, right? The numbers down that you know where you're at, because even I sometimes have, I think I'm a pretty good mathematician when I'm doing that. But like when I had that 146, and unfortunately, I missed it. But even after I hit double or trip, I go, oh yeah, yep, that's double 16, and then I hit the triple 16. But I did have the right number, just the wrong segment,
the wrong arm, the right brain.
Yeah, just so I mean and I get it, especially when you get down to some of these, the 105s and stuff like that, but once you figure out what your numbers are, like, I shoot trip 19. So for me, when I get down there, I know, whether where I'm sitting at 105. So that's, for me, that's a trip 19, single 16, double 16, things like that. Once you hit it a couple times, you know where to go. You know what you got. If you're getting close, leave yourself a number like a 116 for me, obviously, because that's trip 19, single 19, double 20. If you need to get the numbers that leave you outs. So I mean, I still haven't made it to the 100s, right? Where you're up in the hundreds and you're thinking, I'm getting close to the 100 number of looking at outs still, because I know the trip 19 is for me is like the easiest number, but so I've got to work off of that. So, but that's everyone should do that to find out your number. Like if you like trip 17, you should trip 17. Who gives a crap? You could beat someone hitting trip 17s.
I mean, I could beat you shooting trip 17s. That's for sure. So look at this. Your 19s are coming into fruition here. 114 scored so far. Make that a 171 from Craig.
71.
Copycat.
He inspired him with your 19 talk.
I hit that too and lost. So it doesn't matter. Keep it up, Craig.
Oh, 2 darts at double top. Wait a second. Oh, he almost expected it to go right after the 171.
80.
Oh, to the double 10 though.
That's what happens.
Third dart.
Wow. And he's 2 legs away from a match win. Ian did all this work to fight back. You can't let it slip from your fingers now. He brought it back within 1 leg, and now it's 3 legs of separation. 3 legs is awkward because if Craig only needs 2 to win, you're going to have to get a good couple breaks to throw here for Ian, but you can't give up on this. You just faced 5-1 down and fought all the way back.
Phew, that's a rough road, man. This level 2, it's a little rough. I'm in level 2, and I haven't really seen anybody have an extra gear in level 2. You know what I mean? Level 1, I saw guys in level 1 have extra gears. Level 2, my experience has been, just
16.
Stay the course, and you'll get your shots. It all depends if you get a chance to hit it. If you get your chance, you got to hit it. I almost feel in level 2, you will get a chance to get it out. The very few games where they just race down to take it out, and you're still at 235.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's
stay the course. Stay in the game. You'll get there. You will get your shot, but you got to believe you're going to get your shots. But when it comes up, that's when, especially when you're at 7-4, now you got to hit it. You can't keep giving Craig shots at it.
Well, yeah, it's the power of positive thinking, right? You just have to, and you know, Division 2, 3, 4, even Division 1,
59.
there's a lot of times where, yeah, as long as you're consistently going up to the board, you don't have to hit a treble every turn, but you should still occasionally get opportunities at outs. You can absolutely start going on a tear. If you're Ian right now, you're thinking, I just need to have a good couple collected darts at double, and that's all the difference it makes here. And frankly, and unlike the Premier Division 1, where you can catch a hot streak and go into a higher gear, your opponent can just as easily drop into a lower gear when you put some heat on them.
140.
There you go.
That's a good number. Yeah, shout out to Craig for telling him good darts. Just can't do it.
96. 96.
Oh, this is still a good race in this league. This league is a must win for Ian. If he wants to do his comeback campaign, he needs to break the throw here and hold his throw in the next.
58.
All of a sudden, you're at a 1 leg deficit again, and all is nearly forgiven.
Yeah, if he could get this one, then that's gonna seriously help his cause, because
96.
again, 7-5, 7-6, you're creeping in. 8-4, ship it out, Sally. It's gone. It ain't happening. That's when it'd be almost nearly damn impossible, because you just don't have that gear. You know what I mean? Somewhere along the line, Craig's going to get the darts to throw, and he's just going to hit. He's going to hit a big shot out of the 5 games left, and that's when you got to avoid all those.
See a great comment.
Vice versa, though. Vice versa. Craig be like, "Hey, I only need 2 more." Here comes the nerves the other way.
Exactly.
Just hit it, and then you got it. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Tell the top. It's finally
Wow.
Never mind.
The 18 trip 4 to hit
Is that
30
it?
points to hit double 20.
No.
Match point.
No, I'm saying, did you hit single 4?
No, triple 4. No, triple.
Oh, okay. Good shot.
I did
My
see a
bad.
great comment here
Come
from
here,
Aaron
come
Moody
here.
saying, fun fact, Ian is throwing soft tip
Good
darts with conversion points. I'm completely blanking on his name right now, but there's a gentleman that plays in Canada. He's part of the CDC. He's
wish I
probably
could.
top the
Now
gentleman
you can show me
from
where it
Canada.
is.
He goes by the gentleman. I'm completely blanking on his name right now.
Hey, Craig, good to see you.
But he actually is one of the top Canadian steel tip players, and has been for years now, and actually exclusively throws with converted darts and has never played soft tip darts. But he throws soft tip barrels with conversions because of traveling across the border so much. I think that it shows that it's not as much about the equipment; it's about your ability to be comfortable with said equipment. Jim Long, thank you, Troy. I was completely blanking. I kept thinking Jim Williams. I'm like, no, he's Scottish.
45.
Yeah, Jim Long is who I was thinking of. Thank you, Troy.
Everyone should, tinker with the darts. There's so much stuff out there, from
85.
barrels to tips to flights to shafts, to everything. There's tons of everything, right? So don't just get stuck. If you're sitting at a 50 average, try something different. You already know what's going to give you a 50 average. The darts in your hand give you a 50 average. Try something else. If it gives you a 53, well, that's a 53. That's better than the 50. But if you shoot a 45 and consistently, okay, well, that's not it. Try something
140.
else. You should always try something else. You're never getting stuck in a rut of just that. Like my soft tip average is 4-1, but the last couple of weeks I've just been stinking up the joint. So I play tomorrow night. I'm changing it up. Same thing with my steel tip. I was
80.
playing well with a set of darts. I shot a 65 average. I said, you know what? I'll try these darts. Yeah, I now shot a 59 average. At least now I know I won't throw with those darts anymore because there's 6 points less. So, but I was trying to get to the 70 average, and it didn't work. So I know what doesn't work,
46.
and that's all.
And it can be as simple as understanding what the flights do. Jim Mounts just made a great video with A to Z darts that literally is probably one of the most detailed explanations of what different dart flight shapes do. And I'm a professional darts commentator. This is my job, folks. And I couldn't even understand half the info until watching the video. I was like, man, that makes a lot of sense. So, looking into like the darts flights. I mean, even Craig's throwing the Condor 120s, I believe they're called. It's the tri-fin flight. So there's only 3 instead of 4 fins. And some players swear by rims and those they're trendy right now. They used to be a thing like in the 90s, early 2000s, kind of disappeared. Now they're getting trendy again. People say that's one less fin to deflect on. Some people say it affects their flight path. It's probably one of the most mixed products. I personally threw with them just to try them, and I didn't notice a difference one way or the other. A flight's a flight, but yeah, you can see Craig. You can't see that one. That one's no chance you can see that one. But there's only 3 fins on those flights, and it's a one-piece like molded system.
Well, think about it. I mean, how many feathers does an arrow have on it? 3. There's hardly any arrows out there with 4. Majority of the arrows have 3 fins. So, a dart ain't much different than an arrow, But then people need to understand flights matter too. So if you start banging up the back of your flight with your tips, you need to understand that's affecting the way the dart goes. So, having extra flights is not a bad gig either. Ian's down here at 9. He's in Steve McDowell land at 9.
Oh no, he can't be Steve McDowell land. He hit it double.
Steve, wait a minute. He got it wrong because Steve McDowell would still be throwing. So we wouldn't be done at 4. I'd be going at 2, and then if I had another dart, I'd be going up at the 1. That's how it's been.
Well, now we're hitting leg 14, and leg 14 and leg 16 are the most dangerous legs for Ian. Craig with the darts in them. That's what you have to be thinking. Craig definitely was not throwing near his same level of scoring power in that last leg, a little bit of finish line-itis, and Ian needs to capitalize while he's throwing a little bit slow, knowing how close he is to crossing that line. Ryan Brogan in the chat saying Gary Mawson used the tri-flight system for a while, even on stage, and then also saying so does Connor Scott. That dude is a monster. Connor is a monster. But yeah, again, it just shows like there's different fads and popularity. I mean, if you went 15 years back, 10 years back, I know when I was first getting into it, one-piece flight systems were not very popular. I remember the original batches of Condors that were coming out would melt in your car if you lived in Florida. They don't happen anymore with the Axes. I actually throw with Condor Axes now. Don't have that issue anymore. But yeah, so and then before that, I remember there was a big push for like those systems that came out from like Fit Flight and L Style. And then before that, it was the pentathlon with flight punches, right? So there's always going to be different trends. It's about finding the equipment that you truly believe in the most as well, because unless you're Alex Spellman, the exact dig on your flight is not going to make as big of a difference as you fixing any other part of your game. You just have to trust your equipment and find the equipment that you like the most. And if you have been throwing with the same stuff for a while, try something different. Like Steve said, that's a great piece of advice.
I call it tinkering. All my friends around here, they all know, I roll up with different darts a lot. Because I tinker. It's just, I believe there's a dart set up for my throw. You know what I mean? My throw is my throw, your throw is your throw. There's a set of darts that's going to fly straight, or if you like it to hit down, or if you like it to stand 61. Up, you like to go straight, whatever you like. There's a set of darts that'll do that for you. And like Jen was saying in her video, the bigger, fatter dart fins at the end are going to drag your dart, so it'll send it 25. Slower or higher. The speed flights are going to, send it straighter, slower, or on a faster dart, a straight in. So different flights do different things. Like you're saying, those axes, some of those real plastic hard axes, I don't like those in steel tip because
85.
They bounce. I mean, they'll shoot you. So I don't like those. I have a hard enough time. I hit my own dart, screw myself up.
They were good enough to beat you at our Super Cup match, so that's all that matters 15. To me.
Well, as you're finding out, your win wasn't so special playing me. So
yeah, it really is kind of deflating me.
Yeah, and I'm trying to do my best to keep it that way. So can't take you bragging.
I still truly want to see an Alex Spellman, Steve McDowell live coaching session. That's a specialty show that I think would get quite the audience.
Well, he's either going to charge me double or he's going to quit coaching. It's one of the two is going to happen because I don't know if both. I might break him. I might break him.
Ian with a chance. This is the first of those 2 crucial legs we talked about that he really needs to get under his belt and does take out 55 on that last dart there. Yeah, it looks in to me. So that now he has the darts, right? So he'll have the darts here to potentially make this a 1 leg difference, and then he has to then break Craig's throw to make it a tiebreaker. So this is not the leg that matters the most. You still need to win it or else you lose. But the next leg after this is where it really comes down to everything. Why Craig's early advantage matters most.
Yeah, but you remember, damn little skeleton bigaboos are coming out of closet on Craig here, because now he's thinking, I need to get across the finish line. And where the hell is he coming up with all these shots? So he wasn't hitting them earlier. Now he's hitting them. And it just creeps in your mind. And it's like Freddy Krueger in there. And it's like, what are you doing here? Get out of my head. I can still beat this guy. And it's just a nightmare. Steel tip is so much more in your head than soft tip, because it's like you just, if you just flick your wrist just a hair the wrong way, she's going wherever she wants. She's like, where are you going? And it's like, no, I didn't throw it there, but just a little bit. That's where I think Alex would say, Steve, this is where form matters, 81. And you have to be consistent. And that would probably calm me down and keep me in shape there. But this is but as much as Ian's trying to get back and he's getting excited, probably fired up, which is even easier on his side. Craig's over there going, man, I just need one. Come on, get in that trip. And he doesn't want to start guiding it. He still has to throw. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's got to throw it. Don't guide it.
Craig's coming off 2 very lackadaisical legs, right? He got to match point and then just kind of completely chilled out. And he's going to start thinking, okay, you're either going to snap back into it and play how you were playing earlier, or you're going to start pressing yourself a little bit, and the problem might get worse. Craig should know if you're really the best players aren't even thinking about this in this moment. But from a surface level point of view, is okay. No matter what, you get the darts in the next one. So whatever you do here, just this leg is about being comfortable and hitting consistent scoring. If you happen to get the win, that's great. If not, you have the next leg with the advantage for the match. But you don't want to come to that point. And right now, Ian's going to force it to that point. Ian's doing a lot right. Craig's doing a little bit wrong right now. That's what we're saying. The tale of 2 different tungstens.
It looks like Ian right now is doing a lot of throwing, and Craig is doing a lot of hoping.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is, because I've been there. Now you get in a match and you're throwing, but you're hoping it's going in that triple. You're not throwing it in that triple. Hey man, get in that triple for me. I really need it. And you're only hoping it goes in.
Well, and right now they're at an hour into match play, right? They started playing exactly an hour ago. So at this point, too, you're playing and you're trying to play through everything. But sometimes you start to lose focus on those individual rounds because you've been playing for a bit. When you're playing long format and you're playing something like this where it's single elimination knockout, it's about staying focused on those really important setup rounds like this right now from Ian, making sure that he gets a good setup, because he's going to assume the 161 isn't going to go. If it goes, good on Craig, he wins, right?
I think he had, what do you have, 64?
Yeah, 64 to leave 30. Did it get one dart into that 161?
77, 88.
88 scored, puts pressure on Ian. Can he go ahead and get this to 1 leg of separation between these two competitors? Trying to find that double 15, working it on that dart. He's all over the outside. But no, last one goes into a single 15. 73, debatable, must go from Craig to get the match done. He doesn't want this leg to be getting any harder than it needs to be.
Trip 19, double 8.
Trip 17 leaves 22. Interesting. He set up like this before, actually. Second time he shot it like that.
Why would you do it that way?
Well, you said something about favorite doubles. He took you literally.
Well, not the double 11. Who does that?
Oh, no. Those are beautiful, except the 6 and the 3. But it doesn't go. Craig on his favorite double 11.
Apparently his favorite double for the win.
Match. It shows
Oh,
that it works.
Like
Steve McDowell, shut up. That's just the way it goes.
Holy crap. What a game.
All right, let's have a chat with these guys real quick.
I was trying. I was sure trying.
Yeah, that was a great match there. Ian, when early on you were down 4-0, What were you thinking in that moment, and when you started to make that comeback and brought it back together? What kind of helped you rally in those moments?
I was really, to be honest, I was nervous to be on stream, and I think that played a part in being down 4-0. And then I kind of calmed my nerves, and then I was able to kind of come back a little bit, but just wasn't able to finish it out.
You settled in very nicely, but Craig was throwing the book at you there. Craig, first off, I got to ask, who goes trip 17 double 11? Because you did it twice tonight. I got to ask about that.
It's just I don't worry too much about what I'm going to leave. If I can hit a triple and leave a double,
well, it ended up working out well. And then Ian, you were right there in the mix to get this back. Just a couple of missed doubles there. That double 6 and double 3 were right on the wire, and it just doesn't quite go. You have to feel like you did a good job in this playoff match, even though it didn't go your way.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm happy with. Looks like I ended with a 65 average, so I'll take that all day. It's just, when can't hit doubles early on, it kind of bites you in the butt towards the back end there.
And then last question here for you, Craig. You go ahead and move on to that next round. You're going to be playing Jeremiah Foreman in the top 16. What's your aspirations for the rest of the playoffs here?
Well, 2 seasons ago, me and Jeremiah played for the championship for Division 3, so I'm sure he's looking for some revenge. So 1 week at a time now. We got to see how that works out.
I love to hear it. Well, thank you guys for playing on our live stream and playing in DPFL Season 11. And we hope that you have the best luck there, Craig, for the rest of your season. And Ian, best luck with your next one.
Hey, thanks. Good luck, Craig.
Thank you, Ian. Great game, buddy.
Yes, you as well.
All right, Steve. Well, that will do it for us here for our main coverage tonight. We got to talk about the Express Leagues. We got to talk about your darting depression and much, much more. This was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is it's fun to watch people win, and they actually played very well. I mean, my match would not have been as entertaining except for my complete meltdown and cursing ability on the dartboard. But these guys actually played pretty well, and their averages, well, let's just say they're way higher than my averages would have been. So I'm glad we watched them and not me. But no, it's good to see that, Division 2 in the playoffs, and you got a 65 and a 64. And that was actually a very good match tonight. So I'm glad it turned out that way.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it was one-way traffic that turned into a 2-lane highway as they did figure it out towards the end there. And I'm glad that Ian mentioned he had a little bit of live stream nerves, which is a factor I don't think we were kind of taking too heavily into consideration there. So very interesting to see that
weird, though,
come into play.
Because they don't hear us, right? And they don't see us. So I don't know how much the nerves would be. I mean, I guess
if you told your family and
or
friends
something and they were watching it, then yeah, I can see where that might screw you up. But I mean, but I hope everyone out there, if they are listening, you guys should try the stream. It's good for you. It is good for you. You can literally get family members across the country just to jump on the stream and watch you play, and they get to hear your voice. So there's nothing wrong with that at all. So remember, if you do get that opportunity, tell family, tell your friends, because again, DPFL doing this online allows people all over the world and to actually play online and be seen and heard. So it's not a bad thing. So if you get a chance, anyone out there get a chance, sign up for the live stream. It's every Tuesday night. If you want to get your match on there, just you get a hold of Johnny Nolan or Alan Palmer, and they'll set you up and they'll put you in a live stream.
And plus, the real reason he was nervous is you can have the Steve McDowell commentate you. How cool is that? It's really cool, guys. And thank you all for tuning in, giving these players your love and support as well. And of course, keeping us entertained with your great comments. And a lot of cool new people tuning in that are saying, hey, how do I get involved? So again, DPFLdarts.com if you want to get involved. But that will do it here for us for our Tuesday night coverage. Tune in next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give or take for our next matchup in our playoff coverage here of season 11. I'm Nick Sherry, joined by Steve McDowell. Have a good night, everybody.
See you guys.